Welcome to another edition of Smalltalk for you. This morning I wanted to go back to the idea of switching on values and polymorphism and kind of make the case for polymorphism and give a simple example. So here what I have is three classes. This is a very simplistic example. I have a class called instrument, savings account, and stock account. They're not fleshed out at all. The idea is just enough code has been written to show you what I'm talking about here. So each one implements a method called current value. In the case of the instrument, it just returns its value. In terms of savings account, a balance, and the stock account, it does a summation of the bunch of things in there, so it can have a bunch of instruments is the idea. So I have three objects, slightly different APIs. They all respond to this current value message, so that if I go ahead and set mine up, so I have my account with some balance, I have a bunch of instruments, and then I set up a stock account with those instruments, what I can do, if I execute all of this, and let's get rid of what's in the transcript, is I can go ahead and execute this, and you see down here at the bottom I'm doing the current value of the savings, the current value of the stock account, and just of the first investment up there, which I'm setting with simple values. So I'll go ahead and do an execute, and you see that each one of them responds to current value. The idea here is that instead of having a case statement or a bunch of ugly if true, if false setups with differing APIs to get the value of each of these things and understanding their internals, I just set up an API at the top level saying each of you guys understand current value, and then I can go ahead and query each of you and leave it to your own internals as to how to do that. And you see the same thing in stock Smalltalk with stream type interfaces. You see that a lot of things respond to next and next put. So for instance, when I was doing the thing with the case statement the last time, we sent next to a random number generator. Stream type API, even though we're not necessarily talking about a stream object, and VA Smalltalk it happens to be implemented in that framework. I believe in VisualWorks it's not, but again, it understands next. So the idea is that you want to have a bunch of things respond to a similar API, and therefore you don't ever need to have an if true, if false, or case statement type structure to get the API you want. You just send them a well-known message, they all respond to it, and that way you obviate the whole problem. You get rid of reams of code that'll read like if true, if false, if true, if false, or having to do the case statement structure that I showed you last time, which does have value in some circumstances, but most of the time in Smalltalk you want to use polymorphism as I'm showing you here. And in fact, in a couple of decades of Smalltalk use, I can tell you that in anger I've never actually had to use a case statement type structure. I know people who have, it's just never come up for me. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.